Hey everyone, my name is Valentino and welcome to my channel. First, I'd like to go ahead and say Happy Pride Month. This wasn't a thing when I was in school and growing up and whatnot. And well, first I guess I was initially excited, like, wow, this wasn't a thing. Like, I'm glad like this is something for the kids, especially the kids in smaller towns that don't have those role models so close. But then I also saw some posts on social media that were saying the kids were getting, the LGBTQIA kids were getting bullied ever since the whole Pride Month or Pride, awareness events started campaigning. So that is unfortunate. It's the double-edged sword of the awareness, also brings out those people that hate it, so hopefully as we continue to grow, there's just more people that are okay with it and will be on our side to combat that hate. First, I also have to say that I'm probably gonna have to cut randomly because my legs will give out. I decided to try this AG-esque type chair pose, just in case you wanted to know. So yeah, it's already starting to put my legs to sleep. So I can be super long-winded, so hopefully it helps out with that. Let's get into it. Typically, I always told people my first time crushing on somebody or falling for somebody, taking that memory home and really working with it was the Dare officer guy. So much so to where I even it was months later. He came at the beginning of the school year, and then that summer at the end of the year after the school year ended, that's when he was doing this cop camp. I ended up going to cop camp. Can you picture me and as a cop? I literally went to cop camp in order to see this dude. And long story short, first day we picked our group for the entire camp and I wasn't even in his group. So I had to watch him from a distance. The fuck? For nothing. And that was the first time I low-key got into a fight too. Of course I won. But before Mr. Officer, it was my best friend's dad. And my best friend from kindergarten. You might be like, well, why are you spilling the beans now? Are you still friends with him? No. He unfollowed me, or we drifted apart, We were friends from kindergarten to 4th grade, and then I switched schools. My mom made me switch schools. So 5th grade, we were apart, and then we reunited for middle school. And then we kind of drifted apart around 8th or 9th grade. More so I just wasn't vibing with his other friends, and to keep my mental health, I just stepped away from all of it. But nowadays he unfriended me on Facebook, either because of all the stuff that I said about Trump or because I'm pretty gay, So it is what it is, and now I have the story to tell. And the funny part is his brother is still friends with me on Facebook. And his brother and I, we were kind of close because I was in the same grade as this guy, and his brother was 1 year below us. So we would just always be together and hanging out. But now let's talk about my crush with Daddy. So if you go back to my original coming out story, at this point, I really didn't know I was, gay. I really didn't know about being gay, gayness being a thing, especially kindergarten. But I definitely felt something when I saw his dad. And his dad was the head of security for a sports team, and he was just registered to carry a gun, so he always had a gun. So when he put his hand on his hip, I would see that gun. I'd be like, ooh, look at Daddy with a gun. And then my dad was in the army too, but I didn't really see my dad carry around a gun like that. And then, just in general, whenever he had to change or something in the car, I remember specifically this one time my friend spilled something on his shirt, and then he was like, well, I have a tank top under my shirt, you can wear my tank top. And he was like, okay. So then he had to change, so I stayed behind and I watched him change. Oh, also, I mean, even like when I would go over to their house, you know, it's like Saturday morning, Sunday morning, and he would be outside doing yard work, and he'd be doing it a lot of the time shirtless, especially in the summer. Oh my gosh, I remember specifically this one time he was on the riding mower shirtless, and it was a hot day. He was so sweaty. I like looked out the window and I peeked, and then like we were supposed to be like playing on the computer, but we kept on, well, I kept on going back to the window like, oh, it's such a nice day today. Look at the birds out. Meanwhile, I'm eyeballing daddy. And then it was even funnier because as soon as he came in, I was like, oh my God, I'm thirsty. Let's go get something to drink. Let's go get some juice or something. Like, y'all want some orange juice? Let's go. Oh, and that was a sight. Oof. And he was like toweling off the sweat. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Let me calm down a little bit. Let me calm down. But it was just definitely the first time I experienced like that type of feeling, like, because before that I was more so around family. I don't know if it was my first interaction with seeing somebody in an intimate setting that I thought was physically attractive, but it was just like, ooh, that was definitely my first crush. Let me know down in the comment section below your first crush. I'm really curious to see what kind of stories you have. Do you have one dating back to when you were like 5 years old like me? Or is it more so older? Because I feel like once I got older, my crush was a teacher. See, as you can tell, I feel like I've always had a very specific type. From my friend's daddy to my crushes being teachers. I never was attracted to guys my age. Even like when I was a senior in high school out, I was never talking to anybody like my age because they just all seem like little boys to me. I want no little boy. Come on now, I want a big burly man. Especially like emotionally, you know? So comment down below what you guys think. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, as well as the bell next to it to make sure you're notified every time I post. I feel like this video is super quick because my legs are literally dying. Until next time, bye guys.